evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are watching us from. I'm Comfort Eyitayo, your regular host on Connect with Comfort show. On this program, we aim to add value to people on business enterprise and personal growth. On each show, we try to feature subject matter experts who helps us to shed more insight into the topic of the day. We are glad you are able to join us today. You are most welcome. Today, we are here to explore a topic that speaks to the heart of transformative leadership. That is, leading with purpose beyond profits. In a world where financial performance is often regarded as the ultimate and the mark of success, we find ourselves at a critical junction, one that calls for a deeper reflection on the true meaning of leadership and the broader impact we leave behind. Profit is undeniably important. It sustains the business and powers economy. But as leaders, we must ask ourselves, are we building organizations that merely to thrive today, or we are creating legacies that will uplift communities, inspire innovation, and foster sustainable growth for generations to come? Leading with purpose requires us to think and rethink our metrics for success. It means placing values, ethics, and human dignity at the center of decision making. It's all about aligning the goals of our organizations not only with economic gain, but also with societal well being, environmental stewardship, and inclusivity. So today, together we shall challenge the status quo, that is the traditional narratives of leadership, and redefine what it means to lead in a way that ensures the prosperity of both businesses and society, and how we can all lead with purpose beyond profit. Our guest is already in the house, and she is an expert in this area and will be helping us to shed a lot of insight into this very important topic. This we will do right after the short break we're going to now. Please remain connected. We'll be right back. You are welcome back. Our special guest for this show is Wemimo Ade Adewumi. Wemimo Adewumi is a dynamic on-air personality and a renowned growth expert with a passion for driving personal and professional development. With years of experience in broadcasting industry, Wemimo is a celebrated personality for her engaging communication style and her ability to connect deeply with audiences. She has leveraged her platform to inspire individuals to embrace growth, pursue excellence, and unlock their full potential. Through her work, she empowers people to break barriers, transform mindsets, and achieve lasting success. So we have our guest in the house willing to give us a lot of ideas on this very important topic. I would like you to join me in making welcome Wemimo Adewumi. Thank you very much, Wemimo, for agreeing to do this for us. We do not take it for granted at all. We are very appreciative that you are ready and willing to share your precious evening on a Sunday with us, with our audience, to share your words of experience. Thank you very much.
Indeed, it's my pleasure to be here. I take every opportunity to speak and to share as a chance to let out some of the experiences that I've had that might impact other people in their journey. So it's a pleasure to be here. Yeah, Sunday evenings are usually slow, but yes, I'm really excited.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So we go straight to the interview segment that helps us to actually explore the topic in a meaningful manner. And I will start the first question by asking you, what does leading with purpose in the context of the topic, right? What does leading with purpose mean in today's business environment? And how does it differ from traditional profit driven leadership?
That's a fantastic question. Let me start by saying that profit is important, is very, very important. Unless you're running a corporate social responsibility or a non-for-profit
NGO.
organization. Yes, profit is very important. You cannot sustain a business, a service-driven business or a product-driven business without generating profit. You cannot continue to be on the landscape if you're running at a consistent loss. However, the traditional model of profiting is the full-scale capitalism driven. I want to buy and I want to sell. I want my profit and I'm out. Which is what you'll find in most businesses, most corporations. Is that a bad way to lead? I would not call it a bad way to lead, but I'll say there is a better way to doing this. This because not everybody is into business or into whether it's service-based or product-based for purpose. Most people just say, "Oh, the economy is down. What can I buy? How can I sell? What's my neighbor selling? How much profit can I make?" All right, I'm just doing it. I'm getting the money. I'm starting my business, and that's it.
Like
But there is a
also,
better way. There is a better way. There is a higher way that leads to you getting your profit and also finding fulfillment. And this because every human set on earth, those who've listened to me, whether when I was on radio or off radio, will know that I always talk about the being, the person that you are, the essence of your presence here on earth. There is a reason for which you are here. And all of our experiences, all of our exposures, all gather together into building this person that we are, which is then reflected in the businesses that we do or how we approach business. Now, a purpose-driven business is set aside in that it's impact focus. That means that while you're aiming at getting profits, you're also looking at the impact that you are making or not making, and your customer focus as well as staff focused. So you're not just here to have people work for you. You are concerned about how your staff are also thriving and if they are thriving or not. And you're working to adjust where necessary and as necessary to ensure that you strive a balance where your books are not just growing in the green, but your staff are also emotionally grounded. They are happy to come to work every day. They are also growing economically and professionally. And your consumers are also happy with the final product or service that they receive. So I'm a communications expert, so I teach diction and public speaking for executives. And one of the things that rode me into doing this is that I found that there's a gap for executives who have a lot of brain power, who have a lot of experience, who got a lot of ideas. Even non-executives, you find that in meetings, people have ideas, but you don't know how to communicate it. So you shortchange yourself and then you're unable to deliver on your ideas. This is a huge gap that can drain any person. Closing that gap was impact for me. Is the program for free? Absolutely not. It's not free because you need a commitment to ensure that you follow through the process of change that you're signing up for. This is what Impact does. Impact focuses on your customers or consumers, as well as your staff, the people who are working for you, as well as products. So it's profits rather. So it's three-pronged. It's products, the persons working for you, and your consumer or your customers. There's finding that balance that ensures that everyone is happy at the end of the day.
Thank you very much for that extensive response. I'm sure we are able to understand the difference between profit focus and impact focus. I think the key words, the difference is impact, the impact focus. Just like you said, staff, customer. I will quickly add to that, even the society, the environment where you operate, what are the benefits of your existence in that neighborhood. Thank you very much. So, what are the key benefits of adopting a purpose driven leadership model, both for the company and its stakeholders, these people we have mentioned?
The benefits are, I like to be very frank and realistic. The benefits are not short term. They're not like going in for profit, buy and sell and get out. The profit is not short term. The benefits are more medium and long term, and they lead you to having a more sustainable business because your business is impacting your staff. Now, if you let's put this together. So a company or a business or service based, whether you're a person who offers a service, let's say you have a cleaning service, maybe a house cleaning service, and you have people working for you. And for you, it's just let me get the customers, get my staff to go do it. Are we making profit? I pay you and you go home. Compare this with a company or an organization where you are holding regular staff training to ensure that they are growing. They have health insurance, even if it's a basic health insurance that supports their health care. You're concerned about them having savings and growing their income. The staff can feel that you are also invested in their growth, as they should be, as you demand of them to be invested in the growth of your business. What you find is more staff retention, more staff loyalty, better productivity from the staff. They're able to give back into the business because they see that you're giving into them. A good example of this is a famous Dan Price. His story always inspires me. If you've not read or you've not heard about Dan Price, just do a quick search. This is a multi-millionaire who ran a business and who cut his salary. It's unheard of in the world of capitalism. Cut his salary to $70,000 per annum, and made sure that all of his staff also earned the same salary of 70,000 naira per annum. When he started, capitalists across the world told him he was out of his mind. Like, how does the CEO, the owner of the business, who used to earn millions of dollars, now bring himself to a $70,000 per annum income? But what happened is that his staff grew their ability to be able to buy their own homes, to have their own kids, to get better healthcare and so on. When COVID happened, his salary volunteered a salary cut of up to 60%. They volunteered their salaries of about 60% for the business to stay afloat. Guess what Dan Price also did after COVID? when we came out of the lockdown, he refunded them the 60%. Of course, everyone now wants to work in his company. Everybody wants to be there. The word loves his company. Everyone wants to buy into his business, wants to be stakeholders, buyers in that business, because they can see that he is not just focused on his staff and the best products, but they can see that the staff are also pitching in to ensure that the business grows and they deliver quality product and service at all times.
Definitely, and that's in a long term, medium to long term, would yield
Absolutely.
more profit, definitely, even though you are not
Absolutely.
profit oriented.
Amazing channel.
That's it's a good example. So how can leaders effectively communicate a purpose-driven vision to inspire and engage their employees, customers, and investors?
Okay, please let me go off for about 10 seconds. My light source is back. This is getting dark. Just 10 seconds, I'll switch it on. I don't want to
Sure.
disrupt the flow, and I'll be back. Thank you. All right, this looks better, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that
Did you
question
get?
again.
Oh, okay. I said, how can leaders effectively communicate a purpose-driven vision to inspire and engage their employees, customers, and investors?
So this is where the hard work is. You can't communicate what you don't know yourself. And the hard work. So I run a business, I run services. I can assure you that it is hard work determining the core values of your business. What are the core values of this business that I'm running? What do we thrive on? What do we want to be known for? What is our vision? Where do we want to be? What's our mission statement? Where do we want to be? How do we want to arrive there? You have to have this written out clearly. The vision, and if you don't know the vision yourself, if it's only profit in, profit out, I mean, that's not going to happen. But if you're impact driven, you need a sit down. You possibly, if you can't do this by yourself, you need a coach, someone to help you. Many times you have to pay people to help you do this. Unfortunately, a lot of people who want to go into business, who are dreaming of having long term, they want everything free. But if you're looking for free stuff, you'd also find a lot of free resources on YouTube. But if you want something tailored to your business, you need to pay for it. You need to get people who have done this, who know their onions, to help you create something that aligns with your goals for that business. Your vision statement, your mission, where you want to be, your value, the core values of your business. And then you need to communicate this to your workers by having regular training. So when you have a new staff coming, for instance, you need to have an onboarding. The same thing you do with companies. We should do this in businesses. Every new staff who comes. So I have a ready to wear line. I work with tailors, so that you can think that's the crudest form of workers you want to get in. But we do onboarding. So we have a session where we sit down and say, this is the name of our company, of our business. This is why we're in business. This is what we're paying you, and this is why we're paying you so and so. This is what you might earn in future, and this is why you might earn it, and so on. This onboarding system helps your staff to be in tune with what you're doing and to carry the business like theirs and to help you maximize your profit. So you need to have a clear, in fact, as much as possible, have it hung up. If you have a physical location, have it hung up where they can see it. If possible, have a small manual. If you think your staff can read. For those of us who work with tailors, we have a verbal training and retraining about what our values are, what we don't compromise, quality in delivery, in sewing, in finishing. Those are values that must be core. You can't do business anyhow. You can't offer anyhow services and say, oh, they paid me. I see some businesses on social media, big, no refund. So once you've entered my trap, that's it. Whether I deliver value or not, no refund. You can't do that in an impact-driven business. You can't have a long-term growth. People have to have trust in the fact that you will deliver value because you understand the values that hold your business and that you also hold dear.
Thank you very much. So for us to be able to pass on what we stand for, we first and foremost must understand what we are actually in there for, what our
Absolutely.
values are, and our mission, which is driven from our vision. That is very, very key. Most people, unfortunately, just go into business because their neighbors are doing it, or they've heard that there's money in this business,
There's
and they
money.
just go
There's
go
money.
headlong into it. So we are better informed today. Okay, what are some challenges or obstacles that companies may face when shifting from a profit centric to a purpose driven approach? You know, you can start your business, yes, for me to even be able to do good to my society or anybody, I must be in business sustainability first. And that
Yes.
means profit. The bottom line is a concern. But now that you have seen the benefit of even the long-term benefit of being a purpose-driven business rather than just profit-centric, and you now want to shift, what are the obstacles? What are the challenges that you may face as a company or business?
Let me start with the obstacles you face as a person leading this business and this change. There's first the internal war that goes on in, oh, do I want to do this? Am I able to do this? Okay, I want to do this. Am I able to actually do this
Fully
change? Am I
true.
yes, am I able to? And you can be stuck in that mind game for so long that you stay in a profit driven business and you don't switch into an impact driven business. I'm telling you the truth. The mind is a powerful place. It's like I say in my videos, the mind could be a desert or it could be a fruitful field. A lot goes on in your mind. And many times when you weigh the stakes, you're just like, okay, let me just continue with what I have. I give up. Let's just stay with status quo. However, if you're able to overcome this difficult hurdle of the mind and determine that you want to do this, you then need to outline the steps to take. What do you need to change? You can't change everything at the same time. It's absolutely impossible and it will drain you. So, what are the low hanging fruits that you can change? Is it staff? Do you want to change your from profit to impact? You want to change internally first. Do we want to see changes within the organization first, which I advise before you do outward change? Because if you do the outward change first, your staff are very human and they are sensible. They
Yes,
begin to see
that's
you as a
sympathize.
hypocrite. What are you doing? Why are you making everybody feel like you're the best thing after sliced bread? When we are here suffering, you don't care about us. How do you tell the whole world that our products care about them? So it's best you start internally. So those are big obstacles. There are also staff within the organizations who are used to the profit driven way. You know, it's just for them. There's nothing attached. It's do the work, get out. Now you're asking more of them. You're asking for their commitment. You're asking for their brain power. You're asking for them to also see this as their purpose driven um, input into the society. So you might see a lot of fight back in the various structures that you've laid in the organization, whether from the board of directors who are saying, why do we want to do this? If this is a big business, I mean, you have to discuss with stakeholders what's going to happen to my profits. That's what they want to hear. Are you cutting down on my profit? If it's going to affect my profit, please just leave it the way it is. So those are tangible realities that you have to face, internal and external. But if you can take your time, make your good planning, buckle up your belt, and determine to do this, it's best, medium and long term.
So, how does purpose driven leadership impact decision making process, particularly in terms of financial difficulty or crisis, such as we are experiencing now in Nigeria?
Let me just tell you, I mean, it's just a given that a lot of businesses,
Somebody might even say, you are going hungry, you are talking of purpose.
What's my business with purpose? I want to buy
Yeah,
fuel at the filling station. They're asking me for almost 1,000 naira per liter. My
exa-
friend, just give me money and
exactly.
leave plenty talk. Leave the talk. So our reality is harsh. It's a tough reality. Um, it is a tough place to be for businesses right now. I promise you. So for
Yeah.
my small business, a very small business, we had to take a pause in September. We just came back some days ago. We had to take a pause. So if necessary, please take a pause because we had to do our calculations again and say, Ewa, are we going to be able to do this, or should we just all of us start going home? But I can assure you that once you fix the internal, that's the one within yourself that says, this is why I'm doing this, and I am going to do this. The others are quite easier. So leadership is key. See, you can't tell your staff to run 2 miles and you are coming behind at 20 meters. It can't work. They're going to see that you are slacking and they would also slack. You can't ask for your staff to give their utmost best when you are not. Moving at this season of this tough economy ensures that it entails that you also need to be hands-on. You need to understand what's happening in your business. You need to know what's going on with the books. You need to have more control about your inventory. You need to know what's going on. So it's a lot. Leadership is key. And I can assure you, for those, so I understand that not everybody has this huge leadership drive and they know what to do. Like I said earlier, ask for help. There are a lot of business coaches, a lot of leadership coaches and training. Please pay for trainings and go for training. I know it's tough now to take money out of your business, but see it as an investment into your business. So you're taking those trainings that help you reorganize, restructure when necessary.
Thank you very much. So, in what ways can business contribute to societal well-being without sacrificing financial performance? Let's assume that we have internalized, we have decided that this is the way to go. So, how do you marry the purpose-driven as well as the sustainability factor, which is profit?
Okay, so let me take an example from what my small business. So I'm not talking about the service. I'll talk about the service-based business also, but let me talk about the product-based business. So here's what we can do. Because we can't say, okay, from this business that's generating so amount, let's remove 50% and go and feed the children on the streets. No, that's not what I'm talking about. You can decide to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can start by determining. So we do Afrocentric fashion. One of the things that we decided to do is that for the price that we ask you to pay for each item, we will deliver quality, something you would be happy with. We are strengthening our return policy within a period of time, which means if you're not happy with your purchase based on a fault of ours, you're able to return, right? What this does is that, things are tough. So if anybody is putting money in your business right now, your first impact is to ensure that they're happy with their purchase. Every 1,000 naira spent right now must be backed with value.
Have value.
And if
Yeah.
anybody puts that money in your business, they must get value in return. That's a form of impact. That's a form of impact. Another form of impact is to restructure where possible in your business. If you have staff that come to work every day and they don't have to be at the office every day, restructure and say, okay, fall is a bit more expensive right now. You can work from home 2 days in a week, but we're going to have a rundown of your deliverables on these days. Stay at home and work for 2 days. Come to the office 3 days. Your staff will be grateful because they can see that you see them. You feel their pain. You're not asking them to, oh, just keep coming to work anyway. We can't raise salaries, things are hard, but keep coming to work. Just be here. You can't get the best out of them. Another thing you can do is to ensure that in the deliverables and in the way that you deliver, you communicate your value to the public. Communication is very key. So for service-based products, I have a service-based product. That's a training for communications, for executive, and so on. It's to ensure that the value that you would deliver, that you promise, you under promise and you over deliver.
But deliver.
You under promise and you over deliver, such that you're not begging people for reviews to say, please send me a review. Please, were you happy with what I did? No. If you over deliver, they will send you reviews. They will say, oh, how goodness, I didn't know I was going to get this much. Thank you. They will thank you. That is impact. That is impact.
Now, we talked about societal well-being. I think alongside, maybe in the budget, it can be a small fraction or once in a while thing that maybe something in your neighborhood that they need to do, try to chip in so that they can feel your presence. For instance, in our neighborhood, they wanted solar powered street light, which also has a very good reason behind it, security, because
Right.
some cars parked outside are vandalized and things like that. So I know when they said landlords or residents in places on this street should pay maybe minimum of 1,000, knowing fully well that we are a business, it goes without saying that the expectation of us is going to be higher than what they are expecting from the individuals.
From
So
residents, yeah.
without waiting for them to ask, even though things are not as rosy as we want it to be, we, without waiting for them, we are proactive enough to give far above what they expected from us, and that keeps them happy. And that's another way of looking after the society or
Absolutely.
the
Let,
environment.
let me let me chip in. I don't know if this person is watching. I'm not. It's not for you, but there are similar incidences. I also see that businesses, especially small businesses, I'm happy that you mentioned this. They run away from paying bills under the guise of, oh, we've not made so much money. See, if whatever wherever you're doing business, you owe it as a responsibility to pay your bills. You can't afford to be the one owing electricity rent, trash bill, everything. You're always the last person to pay. They have to chase you, and you have a backlog of 6 months. It's terrible business habits, and you have to factor it into your
Of course.
monthly.
Yes.
Yes, overhead. You have to factor it in, and you have to pay it, if possible, pay it ahead of time. It
Yes.
adds to the integrity. If
Mhm.
someone comes to your street and say, we're asking for your business, people are going to give reviews before they enter your office. Your neighbors are going
Exactly.
to, they're the
Exactly.
first one to call. So they need them, and you are the
Or,
better in
or
in the company.
or the other way around, they sabotage you, they give information
They,
information to
absolutely,
people
they,
to come and
yeah, they've
give you
moved. Don't you know
trouble.
they've moved away from here? They've moved.
Uh, Thank you very much for that. Now, in all this, what role does corporate governance play in ensuring that an organization stays committed to its purpose while maintaining profitability? Yes, we have decided to be purpose driven. How do we stay committed so that we don't go up and down like a yo-yo, changing, okay,
Yeah.
because of hash time we have to change back and things like that? How do we stay committed? And what is the role of corporate governance?
So let me start by saying that, and I'm saying this for small businesses because I think a lot of people who are joining might be small business owners.
Yeah, sure.
So I did a lot of trainings. I can't even count. I can't begin to count paid training. So you see this corporate governance thing. Many times, small business owners think it's just for the big corporations.
Exactly.
It's not
That's
our
why I'm
business.
stressing on that.
It's for the big. When we grow, when we get there, we begin to think of that. No,
Yeah.
no, no. Many business owners who are watching right now, your businesses are still unregistered. Let's even start from there. You're not even registered. Even as a business name, you're not registered. You don't have any, you're just doing business. It's not a wise way to run a business that you plan to have for a long term and to be sustainable. In building your business, you should have a board of advisors at least, a board of advisors. And these are people who understand the business. So for a fashion business, I have people who understand business, or who understand fashion, and who understand uh, African fashion, especially because that's where we aim to go. So you must have this board of advisors who you run decisions by and whom you listen to. It's one because they're board of advisors, they're not board of directors. It's one thing for them to advise you, is for you to now say, okay, we're not doing
You
that.
take it.
Board of
Yeah.
directors, you don't have the choice, you have to comply, Abby, with board of directors. For your advisors, they're advisors and they aim to do the
You
best
make up
for
your
you.
mind to take it.
Yes, but it's up to you, and I would advise that you take the advice. You sit together, collate this, ask questions where possible. If you don't have a board of advisors, you have friends, you have business, other business, so you need to have a
Associate,
strong
yeah.
network. Yes, of associates, so that you can don't be a loner. Why? Why? You're not creating anything that's never been before. Don't be a loner. Have people that you can run business ideas by. I want to do this thing. How do you think I can do this? They would help. And I'll go back again. If as a last resort, there's nobody for you, go and pay to get a coach to guide you.
That's very good, and I think our audience are really listening. Two things we just talked about, this corporate governance thing. We always think is for them, the big ones out there. In a small way, we have managers or whatever we call them, supervisor, team lead. We must be able to apply this corporate governance thing for things to move properly in any business. Then, like you just advise, this board of advisors, it's not something you come across uh, normally, but it's very key. Though we may not have official board per se, but you have some people, the go-to people that are
Yes.
experienced in your line of business. Either you are just starting, or you are midway, or you are having issues. Those are the go-to people that you know that they will give you the right advice and they are not likely to mislead you. You must have them within your reach at every point in time for your business, because that way you will be able to have the benefit of their knowledge or expertise to rub off on whatever is giving you challenges. And that can make it a quicker way of you getting out of that logjam, so to say. So it's very key for us to note that these advisors or partners or business associate, whatever name you want to give them, is very necessary in our business, line of business. Those that are experienced and are tested to be the right people, not competitors that will know that the way is to the right and tell you, oh, you better take this left route, is faster.
And
So you'll be
snatch
able
your
to
ideas off you.
exactly, you'll be able to determine those that will be in your corner for you. So how do consumers, which are customers too, expectations and preferences shape the shift towards purpose-led organizations?
Well, I think I mentioned it earlier. I'll just bring that in. See, the economy is tough. Let me go the harsh reality way. The economy is tough, and people want value for their money. So, if anything, if you need the barest minimum of motivation, let that inspire you. The people who pay right now, people can drag you on social media because of 1,000 naira. Everybody is on a
Okay,
nobody's
on the
smiling.
edge.
Everybody's on
Everybody's
the
on the edge.
So if you need the barest minimum of motivation, that is it. You need to deliver value for money. Things are tough out there, but the businesses that would scale through this season and remain sustainable for a longer period are businesses that will show themselves to be trustworthy. That if I give you my money, I would know, I can rest assured that I would get value in return. So let this motivate you. to, in fact, this is the best time to do that shift from profit, because you will get more customers if you're able to convince them that they can trust you. You'll be able to get more customers who will believe in you and buy from you.
You are right. One example comes to mind in this regard. You know, with a lot of talk and write-ups on Dangote, fuel, refinery, this government response. It's like those that you revered before as untouchable, the veil is moving out fast, and
Everybody is teachable right now.
people are beginning to talk. And one thing that I just saw as a smart move, Dangote may have been doing it before, but at least it's coming out more prominently. You
Absolutely.
suddenly have in some places they start distributing rice, they start distributing free to the locals,
Free
and
bread,
people are saying,
free
"Oh,
bread.
bread, bread," and oh, Dangote is thinking about us. Dangote is good. Dangote is, you know, this is
So you not be too
this
angry. One point is almost a
exactly.
thousand naira. You
So
say, "Oh,
exactly.
but
So
they
when
used to buy rice."
when you are feeling the pinch on one side and you are likely to judge Dangote, you think of the rice you have gotten free, you think of the bread you have gotten free. So as you are giving the the response to that question, that just came to mind that oh,
Right.
that could be that could be one of the
Very
gimmick,
smart.
and it's
It's a
working
smart
well
move.
because it's like even people that did not benefit are even telling the story. This man
Yes.
is trying. Let's give it to him. He's done this, he's done that. How many people care about the society? You know, that kind of thing. But it's good. That's
Absolutely.
why we don't have to wait until what you can do to benefit the society is big. It can be just small, small gesture because the rice and the bread and flour or whatever is being given is just a scratch on the cost of Dangote. But as little as it is to him, is huge. It's having a huge impact on the
So
society.
let me just say that for business owners, so maybe you don't want to
Mm,
start distributing rice and bread if giving
mm.
food items not part
No,
of
just
your
example.
value line. Yes, I understand. So what you can do to do this example that's been given, you can convert your business by, sometimes you give discount sales. There's a business I see
Yes.
on Instagram. So once a month, every month, she does a giveaway of items to
Mhm.
3 people who are active, who've been buying from them. That's
Yes.
another way of giving back. And people, because
True.
it's form of PR for the business also.
Yes.
It's on the page. The receivers, people can see the receivers. When they send, they do a video and say we've received it. It also gives
Yes.
it gives credibility to your business that you are there.
This thing.
You're not
Yeah.
running away from anybody's money, and then you are
Mhm.
doing public good. You're doing good with the
Mm.
business. So you can also do that. Take a bit of the money you are making and give something back to the community.
Thank you. We'll just round up quickly with maybe an example you can give us of companies or leaders that have successfully implemented a purpose beyond profit, because that's the topic, a purpose beyond profit approach, and what lessons can be drawn from their experience. Just quickly.
Okay, my favorite example, I made it earlier. My favorite example
Okay, the
is
down
Dan.
price.
Yes, Dan Price. That I mean, he sort of challenged status quo, the
Yes.
idea that the leader must earn the most, while the people who do the hard work must earn the least. He
Yes.
broke that. He shattered it, and he did it in a noiseless way, devoid of trying to be the media. You can be doing something like that, and then you're organizing
Just
press
show off.
conferences every Friday
Yes.
to say, "Oh, now this is what we're doing." Oh, now. He just internally built
Did
a
it.
strong team by cutting his own salary from millions of dollars to $70,000. I've not seen anybody else that did that. Earning the same thing. and your other
That's
work.
a tall order. Mm.
It is at all. Even me, I'm thinking it again that
Can I do it?
can I go back to the but he's paying off. It's paying off. His company has doubled their
Definitely,
they've grown.
definitely.
People are investing in their businesses. Everyone wants to be a part of that business, whether as a worker, as an investor, as a customer. Everyone wants to be a part of the Dan Price story. And guess what? He has made history till life eternal. Everybody will talk about Dan Price when you're talking about impactful and purpose-driven businesses. So I would advise, if you've not heard about Dan Price, just do a quick read up about him. You'll find a lot of lessons to learn. His workers are more committed. Like I said
Yeah.
earlier, they volunteered a cut. No, let's ask ourselves, can I volunteer a salary cut for my company because my company is going through hard times? Who's going to pay for food at home? But because they've seen a huge rise in their income
Yeah.
over the years, they offered a 60% cut. And he still paid that back after the COVID
That's that's
lockdown. So it's
fantastic. That's fantastic.
a great person to look up to if you want to make that move.
Very good. Thank you very much. We would like to appreciate you. We feel like we should go on and on, but time is it's not on our side for this. Thank you very much, Wemimo, for doing this for us. We appreciate you. We hope when next we come calling, you will not consider us Oliver Twist and you open your doors once again to tap from your wealth of experience. Thank you very, very much.
I'll be happy to. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So we'll quickly do a wrap up. In fact, it's been well explained. I think the wrap up will just be like summary of the key points. Like we were told that it's impact focus that makes the difference between profit driven and purpose driven. So we must uh, be impact focus. What impact are we making? And we also need to understand our business, why we are doing the business, what we want to achieve on a medium and a long time basis. We have to understand that before we can get other people buying into that. And that also speaks to our mindset of doing purpose driven leadership style. You have to really internalize it and be comfortable with it. And then before you now go outside, you also grow it within, that is the employee setting and the immediate environment, before you can now go external. That is very necessary. And sometimes do not be shy or feel it's wrong to ask for help. Sometimes you may need to ask for help when you are having issues, when you are facing a dead end or uh, roadblock, so to say. You may need to have ask for help. And sometimes if the help is not the type you can get for free, be ready to part with a little to for you to get real value, for training, for coaching. All that will also help us. And sometimes whatever, when we are making the shift or we are already there, we must be value focused too. We must be sure that we are giving value at all stages, that people will trust us, will rely on us, and know that we're there, and they can even be the one advocating for us. And like we said shortly towards the end, that always have certain people that you can classify as the go-to people, people that can advise you, that have been through that journey before, and they are willing to share their knowledge with you in that particular business line, and they are going to be able to give you a leapfrog, so to say, that you do not have to fall into any dish that they have experienced before. So it's good to have those type type of people, and you cannot afford to be rigid. Dynamism is the key. You have to be ready to change and adapt as you go along. Training is very important. Experts, special guests emphasize on training. We need to be well trained to position ourselves, even for purpose-driven leadership. We need to be well trained, like to make ourselves future ready in our businesses. So we are encouraging leaders of businesses to reflect on their company mission, core mission, values, and the long-term impact they want to leave both for themselves, their staff, customers, and the environment, and possibly the nation at large. As we conclude today's discussion on leading with purpose beyond profit, I hope we've all been inspired to rethink the true essence of leadership. In today's rapidly changing world, organizations that succeed are not only those that focus on their bottom lines, that is profit, but those that dare to lead with a higher sense of purpose. Purpose driven leadership is not just about maximizing shareholder value, it's about creating an impact that ripples across communities, ecosystems, and generations. It's about cultivating trust, fostering resilience, and driving innovation that benefits society at large. So when we embrace this mindset, profits naturally flow. Like our guest said, on a long term, you get the benefit. But more importantly, we gain something much greater: long term sustainability, integrity, and a legacy of positive change. By leading with purpose, we not only empower our businesses but also contribute to building a better world for all. On this note, I would like to appreciate all our online audience. We have our regular supporter on this show, Akintunde Akala, Femi Jayesimi, Akintunde Akala streaming from Ogun State, Femi Jayesimi from Lagos, Taiwo Ojo from Abuja, Dr. Aseyin from Abuja as well. We appreciate all of you, and other audience that we may not have caught their name. We appreciate all of you for sparing time to connect with us today for this enlightening session on leading with purpose beyond profits. I hope you have all enjoyed today's episode. If so, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Comfort Eyitayo. Once you have subscribed, please turn on the notification button, like and share our videos. Stay updated with information about the upcoming events, solutions, and offers on my Instagram account at Comfort Eyitayo, as well as my Facebook at Comfort Eyitayo. Till I come your way again, let's move forward with renewed commitment to lead with both heart and vision. Thank you very much. God bless.